What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Leo coming to you guys with yet another video. So, Bash in Berlin is this Saturday, and I want to give you guys my predictions for that card this Saturday. Um, as of right now, there are only 6 matches. One, because we did find out that LA Knight will do an open challenge for the U.S. Championship at Bash in Berlin. Now, first, I didn't know if it was going to be at Bash in Berlin or on that SmackDown because I've seen multiple sources going back and forth, but it seems like more likely than not it's going to happen at Bash in Berlin. So that makes it 6 matches. Usually Triple H likes to stick with the 5-6 match card anyway, so it's not a big deal in my personal opinion. But we are going to get into it with the first match for the Women's Tag Team Championships. The Unholy Unit of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn defending the Women's Tag Team titles against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Honestly, they kind of been going back and forth with this feud for a little bit. It's kind of been hard to kind of get invested, in my personal opinion. But I do think they're going to probably give us a good match. I know the match, even though it's a triple threat match that they have at Clash of the Castle, where we've seen Unholy Union win the titles, but they never pinned Bianca and Jade to win the titles, and it seems like they've been kind of doing the chase since then. Honestly, I feel like Bianca and Jade are going to pick up the win here because I feel like they just haven't really done too much with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, and I feel like the only reason why they gave them the title just so they can have a shocking fact thing that happened on that pay-per-view anyway. So, and they want to give them, they even had like a couple defenses on the belt. So I think it's time to give them something different and give the titles to back to Jade and Bianca. So that is my prediction and new women's tag team champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. On to the next match for it's a strap match actually between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Now the series is Drew McIntyre 1-0. So right now Drew McIntyre has pretty much been getting the upper hand on CM Punk for this feud for the most part, and then pretty much CM Punk came out on Raw. He talked about SummerSlam. He talked about what it meant to him and what the fans mean to him and why he's happy to be back. And he pretty much Drew interrupted him and he took his belt and just started wailing on Drew, and it led to a strap match. So in this match, I do see CM Punk coming away with the win, so the series can be tied 1-1, and then we can build to Bad Blood, which I do believe we're going to get a Hell in a Cell match between these two, and then maybe there we can finish this feud, and then these two can go off and do their own thing. So that's kind of what I see happening here, but we will see how it goes. But my prediction: CM Punk to win the strap match. On to the next match. This is pretty much the open challenge. LA Knight defending the U.S. Championship against a TBA or to be determined. Now there have been two names that have kind of been going back and forth with me as far as who is I think is going to probably answer the open challenge. And if we're gonna be honest, one of them is more like an outside pick, and the other one is more of like somewhat of an outside pick, but to an extent, it it makes sense, but at the same time, it doesn't. If we're talking storyline wise, who do I think? The first person I think that comes to mind is Ilya Dragunov because I feel like you can have a situation where he comes out, he challenges LA Knight for the title, and it could be just a one-off, type of match, and him just coming over from Raw just for that one-off, just so the crowd can be invested in him again and people can really so he can really just be out there and everything like that. And I think that would be a great moment for him to really just be out there in Germany, a place where he did, make a name for himself, and then now he's back and being able to challenge for the title for a championship, even though he's not gonna win, but still give the crowd a great match because I feel like him and LA Knight can really put on a great match if given the time to. So I will say that, but regardless, LA Knight will retain the United States Championship. On to the next match for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have Gunther defending against Randy Orton. Randy Orton trying to get his 15th World Championship reign. Pretty much they have they kind of picked up on this feud post King and Queen of the Ring, where we had that spot where it looks like where pretty much Randy Orton's shoulders were not down for the definitive 3 count, so he's technically owed an opportunity. And now with Gunther as champion, he can go after him for that title and potentially become 15-time world champion. But unfortunately, I don't think he is going to become 15-time world champion. I think Gunther is going to retain. I think this match is going to be good nonetheless. But you just gave Gunther the title. I don't see him dropping the title anytime soon. Possibly until like the Royal Rumble. Anytime like probably when we get to the road to WrestleMania, that's probably when you could see him maybe lose the title. But for sure, maybe WrestleMania, depending on who's challenging for the title. So we will have to see how that goes. But Gunther to retain and still your World Heavyweight Champion. On to the next match, which is a mixed tag match. We have the Terror Twins of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley against the Judgment Day, consisting of Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, a mixed tag team match. This match, honestly, for me, is it can go either way because you can use this match to establish Dominic and Liv Morgan as not even just establish them, but establish the Judgment as this incredible threat going forward. And then you can also give it to Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley just so they can have a little bit of momentum, possibly going after to continuing this feud. Honestly, I think for Damian Priest, you have him going up against Finn Balor, and if Rhea gets the win in here, then you can have her, challenge Liv again for the title at Bad Blood. So we will have to see how that plays out. But then you have to think about there's other X factors in this match. Will Jey Uso possibly show up? There's other X factors. Will the Judgment Day, consisting of Carlito, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, will they play dividend to help Dominic and Liv Morgan pick up the win? And honestly, I wouldn't mind to see Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley win here because I think you could get them to win here just because they're going to want their vengeance. But make them wait a little bit and build the story even more so when they do get their moment, it's a big deal. So my prediction, I think Dominic and Liv Morgan will pick up the win because you want to establish this new Judgment Day as a credible threat, a force to be reckoned with, and having Dominic and Liv Morgan pick up the win, and it's not even clean, it also helps Damian and Rhea because they didn't get pinned or have a definitive clean victory or stuff like that. So I will say Liv Morgan and Dominic to win the match. And in which I believe is going to be the main event for the Undisputed WWE Championship. You have Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. This story pretty much goes back to Cody Rhodes wanting to reward Kevin Owens for being by his side and really, just sticking there with them through all this whole bloodline drama. Cody knows how Kevin Owens has felt about this whole bloodline thing and everything like that. Kevin Owens was reluctant to answer the challenge, but when he mentioned Roman Reigns, it fueled a fire in him like we haven't seen. And the whole story that they have been teasing, will Kevin Owens turn? Will we see the reincarnation of the prize fighter that we all know and love from his early days in the WWE and NXT? And they've been teasing, especially with Grayson Waller and on this past week's episode of SmackDown, telling him you can't trust Kevin Owens, and goes back through memory lane and shows the different people that he has turned on, like Kofi, like Sammy, like Chris Jericho. So those, just to name a few, people that he has turned on, people that have trusted him, and he stabbed them in the back. And then he came out there and he said, I'm sorry to Kofi Kingston, but everybody else deserved it. But this is going to be the story that they're going to be telling in this match. Will he turn? Will he resort to some type of dirty tactics to try to get the upper hand, to try to get the win, or whatever the case is? But I do see Cody Rhodes retaining the WWE Championship. This is kind of his thing of his title reign. I think that's the only thing about his title reign that I haven't been a fan of. A lot of the people that come across him and stuff like that, they don't pose a threat to him or his championship. Like, there's nobody that really seems like a threat right now. I think the only time you can really say his title reign could be in jeopardy is if the bloodline is swarming around him, whether that's Solo, Roman, Rock. So anything involving the bloodline, that's when we can say his title reign could be in jeopardy. But outside of that, they haven't really booked anybody else to seem like a threat to where they have a chance to beat him. So maybe this is a way they could, change the narrative of all that, but we will have to see. But like I said, Cody Rhodes will retain the championship, and maybe we get a turn after because they've been teasing it, or maybe if Randy Orton turns, we will see after losing this match, depending on how the placement of the card does decide to go. But those are my predictions, you guys. Comment down below. Let me know, what are your predictions for Bash in Berlin this Saturday? Which matches are you guys most intrigued for? How do you guys feel like some of these matches will play out? I would love to hear what you have to say in the comment section down below. We're on the road to 300 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer to that milestone, but the ultimate goal is 10K. Like I said in every video, when I do hit that milestone, I will do a giveaway. One of my lucky subscribers will have the opportunity to win the WWE Championship of their choosing from WWE Shop, pretty much, and stuff like that. But with that being said, super kick that like button, helps with my channel, gets pushed across the platform so more people can see what I'm doing over on YouTube. Superman Punch, that post notification bell so every time I post a new video, whether it's a reaction video, rant video, live stream, any type of video, you could be in a loop of things when I do drop a video. And Spear, that subscribe button, takes 3 seconds out of the day to do those 3 things for me. It helps in the progression of my channel. So go do those 3 things. I very much appreciate it. But I hope everybody has a great day, a great week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.